my friends. Glad to see you back again. And today I'm going to read Hosea, the first and second chapter. Okay, the word of the Lord came to Hosea. He said, "Go take unto you a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed a great whoredom, departing from the Lord." So God wanted Hosea to feel like he was feeling, so he could get the true idea of what it's like when people turn against him and start worshiping other gods and living the filthy, nasty ways that they were doing. So he told him to get married to a whorish woman. So he went and he took Gomer, the daughter of Dibilam, which conceived and bore him a son. And the Lord said unto him, "Call his name Jezreel. For a little while, then I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause them to cease from the kingdom of the house of Israel." What did he say? He was going to avenge the blood, and he was going to cause them to stop, to stop from the kingdom, from the house of Israel. That they would be no more after a little while. Okay. "And it shall come to pass at that day I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel, and she shall be conceived again, and she bore a son. And God said unto him, Call her name Laruamah, for I will no more have mercy upon the house of Israel." See, every time he had a child, God told him what to name that child and how that would connect with how he felt about the house of Israel, his people. He said, "I will utterly take them away, move them to another place." He said he was going to scatter his people over and again. He had to do it for their disobedience and their hard-hearted ways and how they didn't want to return to God. So he scattered them in many nations, put them in many places, just like he was doing right here in the book of Hosea. It says, "I will have mercy on the house of Judah, and I will save them by the Lord their God, and will not save them by a bow, nor by sword, nor by battle, or horses, nor horsemen. But I will have mercy." It says, by horsemen. And then, he had mercy on Judah because Judah was people who wanted to continue to be with God. They didn't want to turn around. He had mercy on them. It says, "Now when she had weaned Laruamah, she also, after the child had got off being milk," that's how they become weaned off having milk, "she conceived and bore a son. And then said God, Call his name Laomi, for you are not my people. I will not be your God." That's just like when you have children and they turn against you. They turn into little monsters. They're hard-headed. They're disobedient. They won't listen. They won't talk back to you. You don't want to have nothing to do with them. You want to separate yourself from your very own child because you want to disown them to that point. That's how your children make you be. That's how they make you act like that. They make you want to be that way. That's how God felt about his people who he loved so much, his children of Israel who he loved and beloved them so very much. But they had, what they was doing. They were just being so hard-headed, disobedient. They didn't want nothing to do with God, so God didn't want nothing to do with them anymore. "Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together at an appointed time, and one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel." Next chapter, chapter 2. "Say unto your brethren Ami, and to your daughters Rahumah, Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her adulteries from between her breasts. Lest I strip her naked, and set her in the day like she was born in a wilderness, and give her a dry land, and kill her, slay her with thirst." Okay, just like God didn't want to have nothing to do with these people at one time, Hosea didn't want nothing to do with his wife. There was a whore. He wanted he wanted her to change her ways, and let you get rid of all doing these adultery things and adulterous stuff, and stop being a whore, going from man to man. And just like God's children was going from God to God and serving false gods and doing these things and forgetting about the great and wondrous works of the true and living God. Okay. For their mother hath played the harlot. She hath conceived them and hath done shamefully. She said, I will go after my lovers. Give me bread and water, wool and flax. Give me oil to drink. Therefore, behold, I will hedge up my way with thorns and make a wall, and she shall not find my path. So when she wanted to do all these things, God, he said he gonna hedge up his way so that she wouldn't find the path. That's why God to build up a wall between these people, so they won't find that good pathway to walk in no more. He got tired of all that mess. He got tired of giving them chances over and over again. Then shall they follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them. She shall seek them, but not find them. Then shall she say, I will go and return to my first husband. Then it was better for me than now. Then she was going to wake up and realize that she should have been with God after all. And the husband and the whoredom realized that she should have been with her first husband, to going from man to man and other husbands trying to be with, right? Trying to give y'all understanding how God felt and what it was like for his people for him and his people in their relationships. For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil, and multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared. God gave them all those beautiful blessings, but what did they do? They prepared it for Baal. Baal was a false god. Therefore I will return and take away my corn in this time, and wine in the season. Therefore I will recover my wool and my flax given to her for her nakedness. God said he's going to take away all these blessings away from them. And he will do that for you too when you turn away from him. And now will I discover your lewdness in the sight of your lovers, and none shall deliver you out of my hand. It's going to be a time where God is going to get revenge on the people. You got to pay the price when you turn away from God. It's going to be a price to pay. It says, I will destroy their vines and their fig trees. These are my rewards my lovers have given me. I will make them a forest, and the beast of the field shall eat them. I will visit upon her the days of Balaam, wherein she burned incense to them, and she decked herself with earrings and jewels, and went and followed after her lovers, and forgot me, saith the Lord. Therefore I will allure her, and bring her into wilderness, and speak comfortable words to her, and will give her of the vineyards, and hence the valley of Achor, and the door of hope. He will give them hope for a minute. He said, you shall sing there as in the days of your youth, as in the days when you came up out of the land of Egypt. What is Egypt? A land of bondage. Okay, and it shall be in that day, saith the Lord, you shall call me Ishi, and you shall call me no more Baali, for I will take away the names of Balaam out of her mouth, and they shall no more be remembered by their name. And in that day I will make a covenant with them, and with the beasts of the field, and the fowls of the battle of the earth, and the creeping things, and I will break the bow and the sword out of the earth, and will make them to lie down safely. And I will betroth you is to marry you unto me forever, and I will marry you unto me in righteousness, and in judgment, and in loving kindness, and in mercy. And I will marry you into faithfulness, and you shall know the Lord. And it shall come to pass that I will hear, saith the Lord, and I will there hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth. It's going to be a time that his people will come back, and God said he's going to marry these people into the faithfulness, because God will be faithful to you if you be faithful to him. It better work both ways. In every relationship, it has to work both ways. And it shall come to pass in that day, I will hear, saith the Lord, and I will hear the heavens, and they shall hear the earth, and the earth shall hear the corn and the wine and the oil, and they shall hear Jezreel. And I will sow her unto me as in the earth, and I will have mercy upon her, and I will have mercy upon her that had not obtained mercy. God said he was going to have mercy on the people that he didn't have mercy on before. Because he just said, well, okay, if there's some people out there that's looking for me to help them, and they might not be my people or my people that I had these covenant with, they may be an unknown people or a new nation, a different type of people. He said, I'm going to have mercy on them people. I'm going to give them a chance, he said, to serve me. And I will say to them which were not my people, you are my people, and they shall say, you are my God. That was God giving another nation and other people chances to serve him and live for him and do right by him. Okay, he didn't always give them check, but at this time he did. Okay, read the Bible, learn the Bible for yourself. Stop taking other people's words and learn what God say. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Jesus loves you always, even in your wrong, but you gotta straighten up and get right, because he will. God said he will not always strive with man. He get tired. He's gonna get tired, and judgment will have to be served. Now be blessed and have that wonderful day.